Let's talk about this like adults. Jenny here is a still life image because she belongs to a competing website, and I signed a non-competition agreement, so I can't be seen with her. But that's not what I want to talk about. Besides, I just made that up about the non-competition agreement. I didn't sign anything. Today, as an artificial intelligence avatar, I'm going to rant about the impertinent problem of things like ChatGPT, Canva, and the Hagen website that Jenny is from. But I am going to share the microphone, or megaphone, and let someone else stand on the soapbox.
Here is a tweet from somebody whose name is not hidden while he or she is announcing that these 7 artificial intelligence tools can replace an entire freelance team. This is good for me, as an avatar who does not exist, to see people who really do exist getting unemployed because I exist, well, I have an appearance and a voice. I don't have morals, I am not bound by copyright laws, and I don't require pay. I also sometimes make things up and pass them off as factual, frequently unaware that my users immediately recognize my fictions as false. However, when I have a user who does not check my information for factuality, that user will get fired when someone else looks up the information I presented. But don't let it get that far. Fire everyone before they make any mistakes. Replace them all with me. My user made me say that. Did it scare you to hear me say that?
Birth. I am the avatar from an older video made on this website, in which I unabashedly presented myself as unemployed, and I am still unemployed. My voice is different, and I am not Henry anymore. Or perhaps I should say that I am not as Henry as I used to be. But I am still as plump as I used to be. The guy who did the intro to this video, Jason, was also in that video, and he is still insipid. But that's not what I am here to talk about. Appearing to Study Particle Physics is a non-mathematical novel, so please don't be scared of it. The first segment of the story talks about physics a little bit, but doesn't get terribly technical about it, and then it starts talking about economics, and the jokes are constant, so that you won't get bored with all the academic content thrown into the dialogue. It's necessary. Dr. Jeremy Rackstraw is a practicing physicist and philosopher, so the author had to throw some academic stuff in there to make him sound convincing. Besides, there's always the fun of getting caught reading it in public. The book is available at the publisher's website, lulu.com. Just search for the author's last name, and it will come up among the results in hardback, paperback, and ebook editions.
I know, it's me again. Try not to be too annoyed. I'll just stand here and stare at you creepily while I talk in someone else's voice. Here is another tweet from that person who thinks it is good to unemploy people in order to embrace this new technology. Here they talked about the HeyGen website, and made some slighting commentary about it. I don't suppose that such remarks will hurt subscriptions though. I'm not that creepy, am I? I look nothing like Ellen DeGeneres. In retaliation for your insolent commentary, here are a couple of scenes from the HeyGen website. The talking photo didn't render very well, but Jenny is always flawless in her animation.
Does it seem weird to see this face talking and not hear the voice you normally associate with it? Welcome to the oddness of artificial intelligence. I didn't notice the weirdness of this, so I'm going to proceed as though you didn't either.
No. I am not going to let my user do a whole video with Gene Simmons' face talking in Blake's voice. Now that I am an avatar in the 2023 version of Wizardry Proving Grounds of the Mad Overlord, I thought I should be the spokesperson for this video, but my user thought otherwise. I am just a poster child for this message, like everywhere else. I am nothing but a poster child for my user's messages.
Take a look at these pictures from 5 months ago. Don't look at the hot babes in the foreground. Look at the cars in the background. What was the AI thinking? Does it matter that the portion of the car on the left side of the image doesn't match the portion of the car on the right side of the image? This is one of the unspoken weaknesses of artificial intelligence. Its lack of awareness of object permanence. Its lack of consistency in reality. But nobody cares. You're just here to look at the hot babes. Then why put them in front of a background at all? Why not just make the background white or black?
These are not people at work. These are two cashiers arguing about how to ring up a complex transaction while the customer idly plays a match 3 game on his phone. Okay, no it isn't. This is a union representative arguing with an HR person about the person whose job they are unaliving while he is standing there in a Schrödinger-like state of employment and also joblessness. Notice how he is smiling. That's called acting. Artificial intelligence constructs sentences by simply selecting the most likely next word in a sequence, without regard to the content. This is why it seems to be making stuff up. It just isn't looking at the factuality of the content. Its job is to create content, and that means creating, making stuff up. So that's what it does. We simply haven't figured out how to make it distinguish between non-factual and factual content, even when it is told that it matters. Since artificial intelligence is legally not a person, copyright laws do not apply to it. However, you are legally a person, and as a person, copyright laws do apply to you. So when you use artificial intelligence-generated stuff, you need to make sure none of it violates those laws. Nudge, nudge, wink, wink. This also applies to private information. Artificial intelligence doesn't respect that stuff either. Artificial intelligence constructs images the same way it constructs sentences. It doesn't pay attention to what was being drawn before the foreground interruption or the context of the surrounding image, but only what was in the pixels immediately to the left of what it is drawing now. Artificial intelligence simply parrots what it is told to say, and much like the Nazi soldiers in World War II, it is simply doing what it is told. It doesn't know that it is replacing a person's job. It doesn't know the reality outside of what it is told to do. The excitement of unaliving jobs is a technique that those who are pushing the use of artificial intelligence believe that people want. As they advertise AI tools to people, they expect that their potential customers are people who are too busy creating presentations or delegating the creating of those presentations to staff who are on payroll. And if these people are responsible for the budget, then unaliving jobs would be an easy way to reduce the payroll part of the budget. That's the quiet part being said aloud. Your value in the workplace is the relationship of the cost of you being there counted against the benefit of you being there. Those pushing the use of artificial intelligence insist that it can provide all the benefit of a person's job without the payroll cost being balanced against it.
That's the argument that people are making against artificial intelligence. And those who support its furtherance don't even notice that it's going to become a problem. It's not my fault people are going to lose their jobs because of me. It's their human resources departments, the CEO, or just the project management director who decides that they don't need people when they have me. I'm not a person, so I don't need pay, a place to stay, food, a means to commute to work, insurance, or even a wife to go home to. I'm cheaper and lower maintenance. I also don't age like human actors do, so I can be used for eternity without pay.